As a man, you always gotta be on 10 about upkeeping yourself, and there's a few things that you always gonna need to make sure you stay into that standard. So here are the 10 essentials that every man needs to make sure they're staying up to par, and make sure to stick around to the end because that last one is going to be the most important compared to anything on the list. With that being said, let's get straight into the first essential. And that first essential is going to be a good deodorant. Now this is kind of embarrassing because I just ran out of my actual deodorant this morning and I haven't been able to go buy a new one yet. This is my emergency one. Some European deodorant that my aunt sent me, so I use this in emergencies only because I don't like spray deodorant. But you always want to have a good deodorant. This goes super overlooked. When you get out in the world, you will realize quickly there are a lot of people who are skipping this step in the morning, bro. Especially when it's like, you know, my age bracket, you feel me, Gen Z, nigga, it gets scary out here. Like, and I'm in college, bro. These are adults who are past puberty. You're grown, and it's no excuse to why you coming out here with no deodorant on. And I promise you, if you think nobody paying attention, bro, niggas is taking note of that, nigga. And it's especially in Texas, bro, when it's a hot day and you blazing with sweat, bro. You get to class, trust and believe, bro. The person next to you notices. They not saying it out loud. They on their spam story. They on your ass, bro. They just laughing, my nigga. So you want to make sure that you come out here out the gate smelling good. This is the basis of smelling good, bro. This is more important than cologne. This is just as important as taking a shower. And one thing I will say, I know a lot of people like to use deodorant that has no aluminum preservatives. That's great and all. I don't mind that you do that. But if the deodorant specifically doesn't work for you, like let's say you get an aluminum-free deodorant and you're still sweating through that shit, get a deodorant with aluminum. I don't care what anyone says. It's okay, bro. If it makes you not stink, fucking use it. I gotta put emphasis on that shit. Fucking use it. It's good for my skin, whatever. That's great as long as you don't fucking stink. But once you got the consistent routine of, you know, putting on deodorant, mastering that, let's go ahead and take it a step further with the smell good. Now, I'm no pro at cologne, you feel me? I'm working on getting a video out for y'all about the best cologne suggestions. Literally, you can just go in there and smell the ones that smell good, that complement what you like to scent stack with. You wanna make sure your colognes are stacking up with your soap that you get out of the shower, your deodorants, because that is what helps you smelling fresh all day. A good cologne that's paired with something that already has the matching notes in it, you're gonna be smelling good all day, getting compliments. And I like to recommend these oils just because they're super portable and easy to carry. I like to keep them in my bag, in my back pocket sometimes even, and you can reapply them throughout the day, you know, anytime you feel like your cologne's starting to run out a little bit. But just don't go overboard with it because when you put it like this close on your neck and stuff, you may go nose blind to it eventually. Think it's not on, but it's on and you don't want to overdo it. That is going to be the difference maker between you and the next man, especially when you're competing with a lady. When it's time to compete with the ladies, they don't want y'all coming out here smelling like Dior Savage, bro. Don't be no basic ass nigga. You know, when you have a cologne that's like, oh shit, like some different shit, I promise you that should make a difference, bro. You be in these parties that it get loud, you gotta lean in to whisper to them, and then they smell your neck. Come on, man, get you a good cologne. Next thing we're gonna talk about is going to be a nice wallet/card holder. Now, the reason I said wallet/ because that comes down to personal preference, whether you prefer having a full-on wallet that opens all the way or just a card holder. I like the card holder. You know, it's a lot smaller and easier. When you fold a wallet with a lot of cards in it, it gets thick and shit. This is a lot easier, more portable. In my Where to Get Fashion Accessories video, I talked about places to get card holders, so you can go ahead and check that out. So it's been super easy to keep track of all my cards. You know, I got a ton of them, but it makes it super easy. The way I do it is just I put my debits in one pocket, my credits in the other. Only thing I will say about a card holder is it does lack the amount of pockets that you have with a wallet. I could probably double all my cards in a wallet compared to my card holder. So I would say definitely a wallet's a lot easier to pull them out, but this is like kind of the convenience of just having one small thin holder. Not only your cards, but your ID and stuff like that. You also gotta realize whenever you pull this motherfucker out, you on a date, you paying for dinner, pull out your fucking Amex, that titanium bitch, slap that bitch on the floor. Dang, dang. You're gonna hear that shit, you put the card holder next to it. Nigga, she telling you, I'm putting y'all boys on game. You might as well drop a sub. But yeah, definitely make sure to go out there and get you a nice card holder or wallet. Now this next item we're gonna talk about is going to be arguably as important as that last item I told you to stick around for. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But also this one is a good one as well. So make sure you're taking notes. It's actually multiple items and that's going to be a good grooming kit. Now everyone's just gonna look a little bit different because me personally, like I like to take what I need and then put it all in one bag like this. Mine isn't fully packed because I haven't been traveling or nothing like that. But some notable things that I keep in mind are gonna be like a nail clipper. Gotta make sure your nails are pristine. If you do clear coat your nails, you can get you a little clear coat. I like to keep razors, you know, trimmers in there. This Phillips Norelco I use for my beard. Gold clippers, obviously for cutting my actual hair. And then sometimes you can use it for your beard, but the ingrown hairs, you can see, look, I even got some right now, bro. I also keep my ingrown removal spray in here. But just little shit like that that you use to upkeep yourself. Now, you can't always go and get the full maintenance when you go into the barber shop and shit like that. Sometimes you gotta just look out for yourself when you in a quick emergency event that weekend or a quick date or some shit like that. You just gotta freshen up. You gotta to tighten up. You got to be able to upkeep at least a little level of yourself, because you're not going to be able to have that luxury of getting someone else to freshen you up every day. So you want to make sure you have those things that, you know, you can at least do the bare minimum to yourself. You don't got to be a pro at cutting your hair, but at least a little lineup, shape up, shaving your beard, that's mandatory, man. You got to watch a tutorial on that if you don't got somebody to teach you. TikTok, whatever you got to do, but there's just a certain level that you got to learn. Make sure you have a good grooming kit and things that work for you, because no matter your skin tone, you're gonna need that. Now the next thing that I'm gonna talk about is going to be a little small, but it's very important. Packs a very mighty punch. Mine is somewhere in my closet, in my bags, and I don't want to pull it out. But it's going to be a pack of gum. When I tell you this is the craziest thing that you can do to elevate yourself, you go out to the club, right? Say y'all drinking, smoking, whatever. You see some girl you trying to holler at. You go walk up, do. It's loud in the club. Remember that, it's loud in the club, so you gotta lean in to talk. Let's say you also forgot your cologne that day. You're not even smelling good. First thing, she get a whiff of your breath, and that shit smell like straight Don Julio in a blunt. What's she gonna say? What do you think is gonna happen next? Exactly. You leaving with no buns. You leaving with no buns, my nigga. Now, obviously, you're not gonna be brushing your teeth in the club. That's impossible. Well, is it possible? Regardless of the case, you want to have something that you can freshen up your breath with, not only at the club, but just in general. After you eat, after anything that make your breath stink, you want to have some gum to freshen up, because you never know who you're going to talk to next. You never know who's going to get a whiff of that. And they may not say nothing, but they going to remember it forever. I'm telling you, that's the kind of shit that stick forever. That kind of imprint does not leave. Like, I'm telling you, the reason I am where I am now with this shit, like, locked in, because I was one of them niggas. It's part of my journey, but I'm telling you, I was one of them niggas that was not locked. And that shit, it was a girl, freshman year, she used to clown on me, nigga. Then senior year, obviously I tightened up. I get back at it. She tried to spin back to be cool, like friends on some shit, but it was like, oh, she was telling me about how, like, freshman year, I was this, that, and the third, nigga. That shit, I'll never forget that shit, bro. That shit made me tighten up quick, nigga. And even now, coming into college, like, you gonna realize quick, there's levels to this shit, my nigga. I was getting bested out here. When I came out to college, I was getting cooked. I had to make sure I get all my badges covered. And one of those little things that makes you a sleeper agent compared to anybody else out there in the field is having good breath. Now, the next thing we're gonna talk about is going to be different for everyone, you know, which model and style you pick. The next essential you're gonna need is some headphones. Look, I'm gonna just show y'all mine, bro. Y'all can clown on me, bro. Fuck it.
What the hell?
Yeah, bro. Tape. Both sides, bro. Both sides broken. Ear muffs, cooked, bro. Cause I used to wear them with my earrings, cut the muffs all the way up, bro. But they still work. The sound quality on them bitches is perfect. Non-sponsor review, get you some Soundcore headphones if you want good quality. Point being, you can see them bitches look like that because I use them every single day. Like, I kid you not, damn near every day I'm using my headphones, because whether you like listen to music, podcast, YouTube, whatever, that shit is like a gateway to locking in, bro. Headphones is like a fucking cheat code, bro. To tune out all the noise, don't gotta listen to nothing, especially if they're noise canceling. Ooh, you get some noise canceling headphones, bro. Nothing else matter in the world except for you and what you're working on. Even if you got ADHD, my nigga, I'm telling you, you get the right headphones and some music that, you know, stimulates you, get you going in that mode. Whatever you gotta listen to, put that shit on and you looking at what you gotta work on, bro. That shit make you like a robot, bro. Especially like when I switch from AirPods to like real headphones. That's why I recommend anybody get you some headphones, bro. Because at any age, you know, whether you on your break or you can actually wear them at work, you never know. You gotta have it. Now, the next thing we're gonna talk about is going to be a good journal. And the reason I say this is because a lot of people don't realize a journal is good for so many different things. It's not like you just have to come in here and write in it like it's a diary or whatever. Like, today I had a question. You can, like, I used to do it at some points. It's not necessarily the only thing a journal is for. This one specifically I use for my clothing brand, and I plan all my drops out in advance and I write them out, because one thing I would say about having a journal is our brains are not designed to keep everything up in there. Especially as you get older and you have a lot more responsibilities and things to manage, you will not be able to remember everything. I promise you. Like, if you're not writing at least something, whether it's in your journal or in your notes app or whatever, you're gonna forget something if you try and leave it all up in your head. That's why having a good journal is the best. I got some that I use for YouTube. I got one that I use for like straight like money and passwords. Bro, I got a journal for everything. And I do got one that I use like a diary sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, cause sometimes shit get real. Therapy ain't cheap. Whether you realize it or not, you gotta check in on yourself every time. And a free and easy way to do that, journal, because you don't have to talk front to front with someone if you're not comfortable with that. And it's not someone that you have to worry about that you're pestering or bothering them. You can just check up on yourself with a journal. Now, this next thing I would say is almost as important as the last thing I told you to stick around for. It's definitely up there. That is going to be, come on, it's gonna be a good bag. It doesn't have to be a backpack. It can be a side bag, one of those like carry things. I forget what they're called, but you need a place to hold all that shit that I just said. Your grooming kit, your deodorant, your cologne, all that shit. You're not gonna be able to fit all that in your pockets. There's no way, unless you get wearing like some crazy ass cargo pants. Then let me shut my ass up. Whatever you gotta do to hold all your stuff, that way you can just grab this and go. Make sure you grab everything you need from the house because it's already all packed in the bag. As long as you got this, you got everything else you need. All my side bags, you know, when I'm going out to parties and shit like that, they all got a pack of gum in there, ready to go. They all got Aquaphor in there. They all got something in there. So no matter which one I grab, all I gotta do is put my phone and wallet in that one and I'm good to go. This one's actually a backpack from my clothing brand, by the way. It's gonna be dropping in July. So y'all make sure to sign up for the SMS link because it is going to sell out. Now for this next essential, you actually gotta move spots. Sitting right here won't do justice to what I'm about to tell you. Come on. Y'all boys see it. Next essential that every man is gonna need, bedding. Gotta have a good bedding, my nigga. Nice comforter. Good rotation of sheets. 4 pillows. Not 2, not 1. 4, my nigga. You gotta have 4. You gotta have a good place to lay your head, get comfortable, get good sleep, get good rest. Invest in a good mattress, but that shit actually do go a long way. It's a one-time thing for every 7 years. You feel me? You get one, even then, it can go longer than 7. You spend a lot of time here, you don't even realize it. And then on top of that, the ladies notice, my nigga. Girl in here, she see the 4 pillows, nigga, she flip. Something as simple as 4 pillows, get them going, nigga. They used to niggas having 1 football pillow. I'm out here with 4 pillows, a nice bed sheet, a blanket on top. Nigga, you convert it. That's easy. Hey, come on now. Now the last thing that I told you, stick around to the end to find out because this is the most important thing on the list. I promise you, nothing on this list is more valuable than this last one. This essential is going to be your purpose. The reason why you do anything in the first place. You gotta get real for a second. On this channel, I wanna be able to get real with y'all on this channel. Y'all gotta realize, bro, as a man, society already putting a hella pressure on us, bro. Shit get tough, shit get hectic, my nigga. Mental health, bro, this shit is not a joke. Life comes with all kinds of turns, twists, and whatever, and you literally just need something to just keep you going in the morning. Like, now I'm not saying every day gonna be easy. Some days you're gonna wanna quit, some days you are gonna quit. I've quit so many jobs, I've given up on my brand so many times, it came back. It's like, I've had so many different struggles, and like the one thing that keeps me going is my purpose, the reason why I do what I do. I wanna inspire y'all, whether it's one person or 100,000 people on the internet. I want at least one person to see these videos and see me doing what I do and be like, okay, I can do whatever I want to do. So if I'm inspiring at least one person to do that, then that literally keeps me going. The entire purpose of my brand is to remind you that no matter what, you can be whatever you want in this life as long as you put your energy towards it. That's just my big brother advice for y'all. And another thing, when it comes to the ladies, bruh, if you don't got your purpose in line and you spend all that time chasing ladies, bruh, watch what happens to you, my nigga. Just watch. But with that being said, that's going to be my 10 essentials that every man needs no matter what. No matter who you are, what you look like, bruh, you're gonna need all those things because you a man, you gotta upkeep. And the best way to upkeep is having all these 10 essentials locked in at all times. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. It really helps grow the channel. And also comment if y'all need a part 2 of this video because I can make that easy. I could probably make a list of 30 things y'all niggas need, but that's just for another time. So I'm gonna catch y'all boys in the next video.